Hey guys, YouTuber100 here. Alright, and now, to continue the Pixar reviews, now here's my review of Inside Out. Yeah, so, I thought that this was a pretty good movie right here. Yeah, some people have been saying, yeah, I've been seeing people say, like, this is, like, one of the best films of all time, this is a great film. Yeah, it's one of Pixar's best films. I really don't feel that way about it. I'm really not like, I don't think like this is a great Pixar film. Yeah, I still say this really isn't as great as the Toy Story movies or Monsters Inc. or Finding Nemo, those kind of films. But yeah, this is still a really good movie. Yeah, I really like what it does. I just like how you have the like five different emotions and like controlling and Riley. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, like Nostalgia Critic said in his Osmosis Jones review, this movie it is kind of a ripoff of Osmosis Jones. Yeah, and plus there's been other movies that have kind of used this idea in the past also. So yeah, but that doesn't really mean that this film's bad. I mean, it's a lot like with Monsters Inc. Like the idea's been used before, but that doesn't mean that it's bad to use it. And yeah, this film it really me does do a good job with this concept, and yeah, it is a really, really good movie. Yeah, plus there's a lot of funny things in it. Like I like how the parents also have emotions controlling their actions too. Yeah, every time that comes on, it was pretty funny. Yeah, yeah, and they come up with some pretty good designs for the things that are inside of Riley's body. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it is like really good designs of what there is in her body, like all the memory islands, and yeah, and just all of the memories that they have. I like how they have the memories being like balls. Yeah, I really like that concept, and yeah, just the concept of everything that happens in this movie. It's done really, really good. And yeah, and yeah, and yeah, yeah, this was a really good movie. I would probably give this 3.5 stars out of 4 also. Yeah, been giving that rating to a lot of the Pixar movies lately. Yeah, 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 I just really do think that this is a pretty good movie. Yeah, and like I said, not really necessarily one of my favorites. Like, it's not something that I would probably want to watch, like, as much as the Toy Story movies and Monsters Inc. And yeah, just some of the other ones that I've really grown up with. Yeah, but this is still a good movie, and yeah, Pixar are is still doing a good job with their movies this year. Yeah, this movie was released just this past summer. Remember, yeah, Pixar is still like looks like they are really redeeming themselves after like the Cars 2 bomb. And while Brave was good, it really wasn't like a great movie. But yeah, it looks like they're starting to come back up again, like they did Monsters University, and now with this. Yeah, seems like they're starting to really redeem themselves. All after they really were not doing so well with their two with their films before that. Well, I shouldn't really say that because yeah, they still had Up and Toy Story 3, yeah, but just with the two films they had before Monsters University, yeah, it looked like Pixar was kind of starting to go downhill. But yeah, with these last two movies, it really looks like they are starting to redeem themselves and just come right back up from that black hole, should we say? Yeah, yeah, this is still a really, really good movie. Alright, so yeah, let me just get right into it. Alright, so the movie opens with a girl named Riley that's born in Minnesota. And yeah, and inside of her mind, there's the headquarters that there are the five personifications of basic emotion. Yeah, there's joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger. And yeah, the emotions just use a control console to influence what Riley does in her life. Yeah, and yeah, her memories are stored in colored orbs. Yeah, they're the same color as the emotion personifications. Joy is yellow, sadness is blue, fear is purple, disgust is green, and anger's red. Yeah, and all the orbs are just the memories. Depending on which ones they are, they're the same colors as the emotions. Yeah, and yeah, the memories are all sent into long term memory every night by the memory tube suction. Yeah. And yeah, Riley has her most important memories, which are known as the core memories. He's and they're put in a hub inside of the headquarters. There's there's also the 5 islands, which just reflect the different aspects of Riley's personality. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, Joy is the one that just is always trying to keep Riley happy. He, and yeah, she and the other emotions just try to keep Sadness from using the console because yeah, they don't understand her purpose at first, but then around the end of the movie, Joy actually does learn the purpose of Sadness. And this, yeah. And anyway, yeah. And when Riley is 11 years old, well, her and her parents moved to San Francisco. And yeah, Riley wasn't happy by the life in this new home, and yeah, their moving van, and with all their stuff, is lost and it won't arrive for a few days. Yeah. Yeah. And Sadness is touching in Riley's happy memories in the headquarters, and when she touches them, it causes them to turn blue and just become sad. And yeah, yeah, and then Joy just tries to uh, isolate Sadness from touching any of the memories. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then on Riley's first day of school, as she's introducing herself to the other classmates, Sadness accidentally touched one of the happy memories, and then as Riley was telling in the class about herself, it was like starting to give her some sad memories, and yeah, it was causing her to cry. Yeah, yeah. And Joy tried to dispose of the sad memory before it can reach the core memory hub. But in the process, the other core memory he's ended up falling out, and it was destabilizing the personality islands. And then Joy was just going all over the place trying to collect the core memories. And then she ended up being sucked out of the headquarters by the memory tube, who belong with the core memories and Sadness. Yeah. And they just ended up landing in the storage area, which was basically a huge maze that contained a lot of Riley's long-term memories. Yeah, and then fear, disgust, and anger were just trying to keep Riley happy. And yeah, while Riley was eating dinner with her parents, and they were trying to just basically act like Joy to try to get Riley to be happy, but they were ended up doing their jobs. And yeah, when disgust was trying to get Riley to be happy, he Riley was just talking in disgust, and yeah, it also showed during that there were the also, as I said before, the emotions inside of the parents' heads. Yeah, they had the exact same things, and they were controlling the parents also, and it was pretty funny seeing that, like I said before. Yeah, and then yeah, then Riley's dad just snapped, and he told her to go to her room. Yeah, and Riley just stormed off in anger. Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, it was causing a lot of the personality islands to just crumble into the memory dump, which was where fading memories were disposed of and they just ended up being forgotten. Yeah. And as sadness and joy are trying to get back to the headquarters in the long term memory, they come across Riley's childhood imaginary friend named Bing Bong. Yeah, and he tried to lead them back to headquarters. First, he took them through a shortcut through Riley's abstract thoughts, and yeah, as they were in there, things just got more abstract, and they just ended up changing until like they would be gone. And yeah, they were able to get out before that happened, and yeah, they got back to their regular selves, and and yeah, Bing Bong told Joy and Sadness that they could get back to the headquarters by taking the train of thought, which was literally a train that would head back to the headquarters, but they had to wait for it after missing it by going through Riley's abstract thoughts. So they went through Imagination Land in Riley's mind, and then Riley then just fell asleep, and and because she fell asleep, the train stopped, and yeah, and Joy and Sadness just wanted to get back to headquarters as soon as they could, so they just tried waking up Riley by like giving her a dream that would like be a nightmare, and she would wake up, and yeah, she eventually did wake up, and then they continued to go through the train. Yeah. And then Anger then decided that since Riley's so unhappy, what may make her happy is her running away back to Minnesota. And yeah, during Riley's hockey tryouts, because yeah, she liked hockey. Yeah, it seemed that Riley just didn't like the way she was playing, and yeah, she just left. And then Riley, she then like was getting a bus ticket to go back to Minnesota. Yeah. Yeah. And then on the train of thought, after one of the islands that was Honesty Island and falls down, the train just ended up crashing and it just destroyed the train rails. Yeah, and then Joy just tried to abandon Sadness by using the recall tube to get back to the headquarters. But Riley's last island in her mind, Family Island, falls and it ended up breaking the tube. And Joy and Bing Bong ended up just falling down into the memory dump. And then down there, Joy found a sad memory of one of Riley's hockey games. And then it became happy after Riley's parents and hockey teammates comfort her. And then Joy realized that Sadness's purpose in Riley is to alert other people when Riley needs help. And then Joy and Bing Bong then attempted to use one of Bing Bong's old wagon rockets to escape the memory dump. But they couldn't do it because their combined weight was just too much for the wagon. And so Bing Bong just decided to just jump out and let Joy escape the pit, and Bing Bong just continued to fade away into the darkness, and just allow himself to eventually be forgotten. So a good message there, I guess. Just showing that you have to make sacrifices sometime. And then yeah, Joy went back to Imagination Land, and yeah, she was using a lot of different tools to allow her to propel herself and Sadness to get through the air back to the headquarters. Yeah. Yeah. And back in the headquarters, there's fear, disgust, and anger tried to like change up Riley's decision, but they saw that the idea to run away just ended up disabling all the controls in the console, and it just made Riley numb and apathetic. Yeah. And then yeah, Joy and Sadness eventually arrived back at the headquarters on the outside, and yeah, they fear, disgust, and anger tried to uh, get them back in. Yeah, well, not fear, anger tried to break open the window. Well, but he couldn't do it on his own. And yeah, disgust just ended up like just saying a bunch of things at anger to piss him off, and yeah, just to the point where he became furious and his head just lit fire, and it just all. And yeah, then he was able to break through the window and get Joy and Sadness back in, and then yeah, Joy encouraged Sadness to control the console, and yeah, Sadness was able to remove the idea from Riley's mind to run away. Yeah, and she was able to reactivate the console, and then yeah, it then prompted Riley to return back home. And yeah, and her parents were obviously worried because yeah, she wasn't answering her phone, and yeah, she just wasn't coming home. Yeah, and then when she finally got home, and then the parents confronted Riley about it. Its sadness just touched the core memories. He's to put them back, and yeah, that ended up just making the memory sad, and yeah, it just made Riley just burst out into tears and just tell her parents that she misses her old life in Minnesota, and yeah, and the parents were just trying to comfort her and reassure her, and yeah, they told her that they also missed the old life, but yeah, they were just reassuring her that they would have a good life there, and yeah, that ended up creating a new core memory, which ended up being a combination of sad and happy. Yeah. And then it allowed Riley to have emotions, and that would help her or have a more emotionally complex life. And yeah, then the following year she was adapting to her new home, and yeah, all of the emotions were working together in order to do that. Yeah, and it just ended with Riley the just having that good life. Yeah, and that's how the movie ended. So yeah, like I said, 3.5 stars out of 4. It is a really good movie. Although yeah, well, like I said, I wouldn't really say it is as good as like some of the other Pixar movies, like Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and yeah, those kinds of movies. But yeah, it is still a really, really good movie. Alright, so yeah, that is it for my review of Inside Out. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and yeah, stay tuned tomorrow, or on New Year's Eve, when I complete these Pixar reviews with my review of The Good Dinosaur. So yeah, stay tuned for that coming tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.